All right. Thank you very much, Chris. Great to appreciate you and what you're doing with the expansion, the product setup, everything that you're doing to make all of this happen for our team and for everybody in Ghana, Nigeria, and now soon to be, we're expanding into Uganda and other parts of the continent. So it's exciting. We have a very special presentation tonight for everybody. We have Dr. Jeff Hubbard. He's a medical doctor. He's going to be explaining the technology. He'll be jumping on in just a few minutes. But what I would like to do is start the presentation and talk about, stem cells, the stem cell revolution. It really is. People are becoming very aware of stem cells, what they're doing for the body, how they're working. Everybody wants to look and feel younger. Stem cells are the key to making that happen. Stem cells play a vital part in your immune system that repair and regenerate damaged cells. That's the key. Almost every major news publication throughout the world has talked about stem cells and this incredible discovery. But the problem is, the older that we get, the less stem cells that we have. By the age of 35, we've lost 50% of our stem cells. By the age of 60, we've lost 90%. And really the bottom line is, the less stem cells we have, the faster that we age and the slower that we heal. Now, there are a few options to increase stem cells. Probably the most common one is injections. I'm very familiar with that. I researched them for over a year prior to getting involved with this company. They're painful, I can admit to that. They're expensive. I invested $9,000. But they can run from $5,000 to $7,000 per injection, per one shot. So they are expensive. They're risky and there's no guaranteed results. That would happen to me. I was not happy with the results that I got, and I was still having some issues with my hip. So when my friend introduced me to the X39 technology, I was open and I was receptive to that. There's also supplements. You can go online and Google stem cell supplements. There's no clinical studies backing any of them. And if they do work, they take months to feel the benefits from that. But the good news we're talking about here is a historic breakthrough in stem cell technology. It's a new wearable technology in a patch form. It comes in a little sleeve like this, and this is what it looks like if you haven't seen it before. It's affordable, it's safe, it's non-invasive, and there's no drugs or stimulants. There's no, called non-transdermal. Most people, when they think of patch, they think like a nicotine patch where they put ingredients inside and the ingredients sink into your blood through your skin. These are not like that. These are non-transdermal. It's a patented form of phototherapy, and it uses specific frequencies of light to increase and improve stem cell activity. A little bit about the company, because it's always important to know the company and the foundation. It was started back in 2004 based on an energy enhancing technology developed for the Navy SEALs to increase strength, stamina, and performance without drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. It's so effective, this technology is used by world-class athletes around the world in almost every sport. The company has made tremendous investments into their infrastructure. They have a 45,000 square foot manufacturing lab in Ireland. They could actually produce 1 million sleeves of product per month currently without expanding their manufacturing capabilities. Their corporate headquarters is in San Diego, California. They have distribution to 120 countries and 12 global distribution centers. We're talking about Africa and the countries right now, and we're excited to bring this in and excited to have you as pioneers to this marketplace. A little bit about the man behind the technology is David Schmidt. He is a brilliant scientist and researcher, has over 100 patents to his name, which is just incredibly impressive. He is really leading the edge of phototherapy research for the last 20 years. He's conducted over 83 clinical studies on the Lifewave phototherapy and many more in the works. He's talking about doing a lot of studies and technology on that. Very exciting. Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to see if Dr. Jeff Hubbard is with us, and I want to have him talk about this technology and how it works. And Jeff is on. So Jeff, if you would like to unmute yourself, Dr. Jeff. Dr. Jeff is a medical doctor here in the Dallas, Texas area here in the United States. He is an avid believer in this technology, and we're going to have him walk through the technology, how it works, and then we do have a special question and answer session following. So you still have time to text your friends, get them on. Dr. Jeff, are you there, my friend?
I'm here, Jason. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Dr. Jeff, I will walk through the PowerPoint with you, and I'll let you kind of lead the way with this, with how this works. So you can go ahead, and I'll follow your lead.
Okay, wonderful. Well, guys, I'm so appreciative of your attention and the opportunity to kind of share with you how powerful this technology is and how it actually works. And so let's break down photobiomodulation and kind of help you to understand this unique technology. So as Jason mentioned, this is not a transdermal patch. It does not have any sort of chemicals or drugs that cross over the skin barrier and into our bloodstream. This reflects proprietary frequencies of light back into the skin, and that is how the effects are created. These patches are activated by your own body heat. Found out as I began to study photobiomodulation that the infrared light spectrum has tons of beneficial effects for the body. And each of these specific frequencies of infrared light are capable of doing different things. And so Mr. Schmidt and the Lifewave team have created several different patch technologies that harness this particular powerful technology. So, I mean, we can go on and on and on. There's thousands of different frequencies. Let me give you a couple of examples. I'm sure Jason may have already talked about this. Specifically, when we're in direct sunlight for 20 to 30 minutes, we cultivate and develop vitamin D. We synthesize it through a biochemical reaction in the skin. Think about it when you go to the beach and you're hanging out with your family and you're in direct sunlight. Those UV rays cause us to make more melanin in our skin, and we get darker to prevent our skin from the damage of that UV radiation. It's a natural biochemical process. So these are two very common examples of the multitude of different frequencies that bring the body certain benefits. And Mr. Schmidt is an expert at this, holding over 100 different patents in understanding exactly how these frequencies work. So this is so powerful, guys, because what happens with the X39 specifically is that these proprietary frequencies of light are designed to raise a molecule that's produced in our body naturally called GHK copper peptide. And this molecule has been studied extensively by Dr. Lauren Picard. He is a PhD researcher that's associated with the Harvard Hospital System. And as recently as 2019, he continues to publish studies showing greater and greater benefits of having higher and more appropriate levels of GHK copper peptide. And so this molecule, actually, one of its amazing benefits is that it helps to convert adult skin cells into what we call pluripotent stem cells. That simply means that it's in its most primitive state. So this is the type of stem cell that is found in the umbilical blood and in the adult bone marrow and also in the placenta. And so these pluripotent stem cells are capable of differentiating. That means transforming into various different cell types. Any type in your body, these cells can basically transform into when they're in close proximity. So GHK copper peptide, as well as stem cells, they decline with age. So that's so important because that's the difference between someone who's 12 years old and someone who's 72 years old. And we know the tangible differences between those individuals, but the repair of the body, the natural elasticity of the skin, the energy level, the focus, the mental clarity, all of those things are going to be different in the 12-year-old versus the 72-year-old. In addition, there's all sorts of benefits to cardiovascular function, to central nervous system redevelopment, blood vessel redevelopment, and all of these things improve. As we see here, blood pressure improves, heart rate variability, which is a precursor to all sorts of issues with heart problems. It's a precursor to that. And it also helps with what we call COPD symptoms, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder symptoms. Okay, so not only do you have stem cell improvement through GHK copper peptide, but you have a host of other things that happen as well.
Dr. Jeff, would you like me to go through these, the testimonies, and then have you jump back in for question and answer?
I think that's a great plan, and just kind of give people a glimpse of some of the things that happen when you consistently wear the technology.
Okay, fantastic. Folks, Dr. Jeff, thank you very much for presenting on the product. We are going to have him for question and answer sessions here in just a few minutes as we go through the rest of the presentation. And if there are some people that would love to share their testimonies, please raise your hand. We'll call on you. That would be fantastic to hear them as we go through. Now, the pain is probably one of the most fastest results that people get. I've got a gentleman driving over right now to pick up some patches for his wife. I have another gentleman, I'm not sure if he's on today, Larry. I'd love for him to share his story on what has happened with him, with his brother and himself, and using this technology. So I'll see if they're on, and through that we'll have some testimonies from you. But pain is, some people feel it within minutes, some people are within the first couple days. For myself personally, it took me about 3 to 4 days to really notice a difference. So just using that technology. Energy is another big enhancement that people are feeling. Just some amazing testimonies that we have from that standpoint. Sports performance, remarkable how many athletes are using the technology. There's actually doing some studies with some leagues to see these results. Here are just some of the selection of photos that I grabbed from the website. There's probably, I don't know, 70 to 100 testimonials from athletes all around the world, from Olympic medalists to entire leagues, entire teams in like South Korea. It's quite remarkable. But please feel free to go and look at those as you're doing your research. Sleep is another thing. As Dr. Jeff said, it came up in the clinical study, the improvement of sleep. Sleep's so important. That's when the body does its healing. That's when it does the repair, as during that sleep. Wrinkle reduction is just quite remarkable, and that's from the copper peptide. It increases collagen and elasticity in the skin. Just remarkable. Some of the before and after pictures that have been coming in using these. And here is some that I put up here. This lady's, I think it was 6 months that she mentioned in her testimony. This lady was 4.5 months on what she was doing. This is Mandy. This is after 1 year. I love that she kept track of it for 1 year, but you could see the difference using that. And this is 4 months here with this lady and the difference in her appearance. This is, I'm not sure, it's in Denmark. I've never been able to translate that. So if anybody from Denmark can tell me, but you can see the tremendous difference in her neck. That's quite remarkable. And that's from the copper peptide. And we don't want to forget the men. We don't have that many men sending in their pictures, but I think he's from Norway or Denmark, one of the one of the European countries, I should say. But you could just see, and almost when I saw it, I didn't even think it was the same guy. You go, is that the same guy? But it is. His wife sent this in, and you can really notice the difference after 1 year using the X39. Just remarkable technology of what it's doing. Now, hair growth, and this actually came up with the results of the copper peptide. hair growth is just quite remarkable of how it's doing. And here are some of the before and after pictures that have been sent in for us from men across the globe using it. This is a brand new one I just got. July 16th, 2020, he published it. It didn't say how long he was doing it, but here, December 30th to 2018 to July 16th, right here. So quite remarkable, the difference of hair growth. And that's such a big deal, such a big deal. Now, wound healing is another factor that has been so proven through the clinical studies. And here are just some examples. Many, many more. We have a website, Stem Cells for Health. You see so many different testimonies on that. But this is after 20 days. You can see how fast the surgery healed. This is after 63 days. You can actually see, I mean, zoom in if you're on your phone, you can see there's barely any scar. Remarkable. This is a touching story of a young boy, cute little boy. I think he's from Denmark. And he got his finger caught in a door and it chipped off the top of his finger. Oh, God, this looks painful. And the doctor said it wouldn't heal, it wouldn't survive. And they said, please sew it back on no matter what. And they did. And then here, after 2 months using the technology. So just the healing power of stem cells is absolutely remarkable. We don't want to forget the pets. Pets are always important. And here is the this cat had a little throat issue, wasn't able to eat or eat very much at all. And they put a patch on it. You can see right here after 10 days. This is a cute story. A lady from Hawaii, her dog was just not doing well, had no energy, very lethargic. Couldn't jump up on his favorite chair. This is his favorite chair right here. And actually was able to do that now after using the technology. And as you can see in this horse, the watery eye, it cleared up in just 24 hours. Just a remarkable story. And here's the thing, and you'll find this with Dr. Jeff does this question and answer session, and there's so many people that ask different questions. And I really got my attention when we were talking with the check, and there was, we had like almost 60 people in that call. And he was asked so many questions of this illness or this challenge or this health issue. And Time Magazine did a story on the silent killer. And it talks about inflammation, and stem cells are attracted. They go after inflammation and help reduce inflammation. This is actually another result of either stem cells and the copper peptide. So if you reduce the inflammation of the body, it has the ability to heal. And that's the root cause. It's the underlying cause of almost every major disease. Of course, we always need to mention our disclaimer. The Lifewave and these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. They have not been evaluated by the FDA. And please, we encourage everyone to join our private group, Stem Cells for Health. This is just loaded with testimonies of people using the technology, sharing their stories. It's a really great way to raise your belief level in the technology. And here's some other stories to see what other people are doing with the technology. That's fantastic. Before we go into the product section, I'm going to put it back on there. I would like to see Elizabeth, I'm going to call on you. I'd like you to share your story, and I'm going to see if I can find a couple other people to share their stories real quick. I'm looking for Larry. I sent him a text. I'm not sure if he's going to be on or not, but it would be great to have him. But I'm going to turn it over to you, Elizabeth, and share your story real quick. Thank you. Make sure you unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I started using Lifewave products February, and I had so many health issues. I had a problem with my neck, constant neck pain and headache. And as soon as I started the X39, everything went. I don't have it anymore. I had a issue with my blood pressure. My blood pressure is so controlled now. I don't take any medication anymore. I'm full of energy. My eyesight is improved. And I started using the SP6, which is the blood weight loss patch. And ever since I started using it, I've lost my craving for carbohydrate and sugar and meat. And I'm losing so much weight. I've lost about 25 pounds, looking so healthy and feeling so healthy. And my sleeping habit is highly improved. I sleep like a baby now. My wrinkles is gone. I'm not I'm not a young girl. I had so much wrinkles before I started using this. So my face is clearing up, and I'm always in a very good mood, always smiling, feel good all the time, full of energy.
No, fantastic.
Business-wise, hello?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll be a senior director by this month ending. That was my goal. I'm sticking to it, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it. By today, I'll be a director today.
Wow, congratulations.
So,
awesome.
Before the 15th, I'll be a senior director.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations. That's great. Hey, I would say, hey, David, I sent you a message. David Whitehurst, are you able to share your story with you and your wife on the technology real quick?
Yeah,
hey, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry.
Another person soon to be director. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, congratulations, Elizabeth. That's wonderful. I was just typing you a reply. Jason contacted us a few months ago. My wife has had some major issues. Her pain level was daily between an 8 and a 10, and she was pretty much chair bound. When he called me about this, my question to him was, do you think it'll help my wife? He says, well, it should. I don't know. And I said, let's try it. So I ordered some. 5 days later, got them in. 1 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon, we put one patch on her arm. That's where she's sick, hurting the worst. And I left and went back to work. Well, that night, we got in bed. It was 9 o'clock. And she goes, I got a question about this patch. Now, remember, we didn't know anything about this. We're just trusting Jason. I've known him for years. Knew he was a good Christian, strong man, strong business leader. And she goes, is it supposed to make your arm hurt worse? I said, no. I reached up to grab the patch. She said, no, hang on. When you left 20 minutes later, the pain went away. It came back. It went away. And now it's gone. The next morning we got up. I remember Jason saying, put a new patch on every morning. So I said, honey, before I leave, we need to put a new patch on. She goes, why? It's not hurting. Well, I told my father, real quick, I got to share this, Jason. My father is 80 years old. Both his knees were hurting so bad he couldn't go up and down stairs. I said, Dad, try these. He said, what is it? I said, just try it. 4 days later, he called me. He said, son, what's in these patches? I said, nothing, Dad. Why? He goes, I put them on both knees. I got up the next morning. I can go up and down stairs. So anyway, thanks for letting me share, Jason.
Oh, hey, I appreciate you. Next time on Tuesday night, I want to get Larry's testimony because that was quite remarkable for his story also. But thank you, David. Awesome. Fantastic. Hey, Sim, did you want to share a testimony? I sent you a message. Are you able to share a quick testimony?
Well, Jason, there are so many improvements I have noticed around me and some people that are using the patch already. There's somebody on this Zoom right now who doesn't want to share her testimonies because after about a week or two now, when I saw her, I was lost. I couldn't even identify she is the lady. You know, she was looking much younger, brighter, and more energetic. And I feel the same thing. I have told a lot of people that this is something that you have to feel it, you know, to know it. You have to be a product of it. It's difficult to explain to somebody how good, how important this product is. Unless you try it out yourself, it is quite difficult for you to understand. I know how I feel after using this patch for just about less than a month now, and I have not been using it every day anyways. But for the number of days I've been using it, I feel more energetic. I really share with Elizabeth, especially when it comes to my eyesight. I definitely feel my eyesight is gradually improving. The energy level is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about the texture of the skin is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and one or two people that I come across that say, hey man, what's going on? So what? Said you're looking smooth, looking shiny, and this and that. So, well, I said that's the power of X39,
Mm-hmm.
and I've used it on some people that have severe pains, and I wouldn't mention name because I don't want to encroach into their privacy. I know somebody who was just limping and could hardly get out of the chair and move around. And I was sitting in the office with him. I said, "Hey guy, can I try something on you?" He said, "What?" I told him about the X39 patch. He said, he just waved it off. I said, "Okay, just give me 5, 10 minutes. Let me just put it on you." We wait 10, 15 minutes and you let me know if there's any difference. Lo and behold, when I placed 2 patches on him, and honestly, in within 10, 15 minutes, when the guy got up from his chair to walk across to the door, there was tremendous difference in his walking.
Mm-hmm.
After 30 minutes, I looked at the guy. I said, "How? What do you feel?" He said, "He's feeling strong and he doesn't feel any pains." I said, "Well, that's the power of X39." I was really, really blown away that within 10, 15 minutes, somebody who was just literally limping and being in pain felt so happy about that. And I think I thank God, Jason, and I thank God for your life. I thank God for Lifewave. I feel blessed that during our lifetime, such a fantastic health product is available for us to use. And I know for sure sleeping has been very fantastic when you take this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my sleeping habits has improved. And I think it's something that one has to be part of it to know exactly how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to so many people. I have given out some samples to a lot of people. One professor confessed to me after using just 2 of the patches. Actually, I gave him 4 patches. He said he used 2, and he said, "Wow, he's not going to use all 4. That he's keeping 2 for his wife, that is somewhere far down south."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Friend, he traveled. Actually, he's coming back anytime next week." He said, "Look, man, as soon as I come back, I'm going to jump on this X39 thing." I have a couple of testimonies that people are saying they are coming on board. And I'm sure we are going to be seeing more people coming in very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
glad about this
absolutely.
patch. I'm excited. I'm
Yeah. Well,
excited
Sim,
about it, and I can't wait. Yeah.
I just say thank you very much for your energy and thank you very much for sharing. And we hear these stories all over the globe. I mean, this call is for our team going into Africa, but we have an international team. You hear them from the Philippines, and matter of fact, I just enrolled a new person in Singapore. He got the product. He gave a patch a lady that had pain in her leg. He says within 3 hours, she got results. She's signing up as a silver. And I said, that's great. And that's what makes this business fun, because you have such a product and a technology that works, and it works so fast and it's so unique. So let's shift from our product. Thank you everyone for sharing. And Dr. Jeff, thank you very much for covering the product.
Something,
Very impressive.
can I add one thing, Jason?
Yeah, you bet, Tim.
Yeah. I'm also very excited about the level of support we get from the customer support. I was sharing with you a couple of, last night when we registered somebody, and somehow there is an interbank issue that the registration didn't go through. And I wrote to the support, and they responded so quickly. I was really, I was so happy. I said, wow, this is efficiency. And they explained to me what possibly could be the causes. And we checked and found out where the problem is. So we are going to rectify that thing in the next 30, 20 minutes after this Zoom call. I mean, that is what I'm saying. The company has very good customer support. I'm so impressed about that.
And Tim, thank you for bringing that up. I'll just, as we're shifting into the business component and the marketing and the ability to make money and to create a financial, an income stream for yourself, which many of us are excited about doing that. they've really expanded as COVID-19's been hitting, and our company's expanding. Chris said we've grown by 500% in the last 14 months. I mean, and we're growing by 10 to 14% per month. And they're bringing on a lot of strong corporate people. As an example, what Sim was talking about, they brought on a director of customer service from another big company. He ran a 1,200 person call center, customer service call center. They are building their call center, their support team, their marketing team in Utah right now. So they are bringing on real talented people from a corporate standpoint to support and to help us build to $1 billion. I mean, that's a big number to go from that. We're just in that $100 million stage, and then go from that 100 million to $1 billion, you'll see. But let me go through the numbers with you and show you what's happening. And I like the numbers because that shows results. It shows that there's really a product that's really working. And all of this is happening because of this technology. And first of all, you have to understand, we are doing what multi-billion-dollar and big pharma companies have not been able to do. They've never been able to create this type of technology. They are in stem cell injections. Patented technology, we've been issued the patent that gives us a 20-year protection on our technology, and it's truly a one-of-a-kind technology. There's no competition. The company invested $4.2 million in 10 years to create this, and in their first year, they sold 30 million. A lot of patches, 30 million patches. So you look at the marketplace, the stem cell global marketplace is 9.6 billion, estimated to go to 17.9 billion. I heard another call that it's much larger than that, but I'm not able to find that on Google. So it's truly a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is just the stem cell marketplace growing at a rapid rate. I mean, if you look at the sleep market, 67 billion. You look at the pain market, 36 billion. I mean, it's massive, the market share that we could jump into. Global sales of Lifewave before the X39, that X39 changed everything. 20 million on a global basis, nice size company, nothing really to write home about, but nice size company. After, it jumped to 70 million in their first year. That's a 350% increase. Their estimated sales for 2020 is $220 million. That's over 1,000% growth in just 24 months. So, and that's all happening because of the technology. So we really look at this as it is the next $1 billion company in our marketplace. Oops, sorry about that. And many lives will be changed. Many lives will be changed from a health standpoint. You're hearing it now. Thousands and thousands of, tens of thousands of testimonies are coming in. But also lives will be changed from a financial standpoint. People that want to build a business, they want to build a global distribution network. That's my focus. That's what I do. I do these calls. This call is focused on Africa. I just had a call an hour before this one focused on Hungary. And then yesterday we had a call focused on the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Very exciting times. On the compensation plan, let's touch briefly on this. This is just a quick overview. Retail customers and preferred customers earn $20 to $50. Product introduction bonus ranges from $15 to $500, depending on how big the package is purchased and what rank that you are at. Binary team bonuses pay up to $25,000 per week. Binary means two, build a right team and build a left team. And then we have platinum and diamond differential bonuses range from $100 to $300. And we have unlimited income potential with our matching bonuses. You bring in every person that you personally enroll, you bring in, like Phil brought in Elizabeth into the business. Now Phil's going to earn 25% of Elizabeth's binary income. And Elizabeth brought in Dr. Hubbard. So Dr. Hubbard, so Phil's making 20% of that, and he'll also make it on the third level. So there's a tremendous amount of money to be made on personally enrolling people. And they have incentive trips. They brought out a new lady for incentive trips. I think this all been slowed down with the coronavirus, obviously. 4 ways to get started. I'll go through this real quickly. Preferred customer is if you want to just use the product, is a $99 a month. You save $50. There is a monthly subscription. You sign up for what we call an auto ship, and there's no long-term commitments required to that. Cancel anytime, but don't cancel. You want to stay on the product. There is a bronze pack, and this is particularly to Nigeria. It's $150. You get one sleeve of $125. You get one sleeve of products. And then we have a silver pack, and we have a gold pack, ranging from $300 up to $500. With silver pack, you're getting the free membership. With the gold pack, you're getting the free membership and plus one free sleeve of product. And as I put here, this is you're building a business. This needs to be achieved as a manager. Now, Ghana, we have different packs, but please get with the person that invited you if you're calling in from there, and they'll be happy to show you the different options. Most importantly, you get in. Most importantly, you get on the product. And everything does have a money back guarantee. So if there's, you make it just, you go, I didn't work, I don't like it, I want to get out. That's fine, no questions asked, we get your money back. All right. What I would like to do is that's the rest of our presentation. Again, I always remind everybody to join our Facebooks, our Stem Cells for Health. It's a private Facebook group loaded with great testimonies that you can enjoy, learn, and get inspired from. And if you do have a testimony, please share it. Please post it up there. We'd love to hear from you. We try to post as many testimonies as we can find, but please share those testimonies also. That would be great. And what I'd like to do is stop to share. And everyone, I'm going to open it up. We do have Dr. Jeff Hubbard. He is a medical doctor. And again, we do not make any claims about our product or our technology, but it is quite remarkable what it does. And so if there are any questions that you would like to ask the doctor, you can just raise your hand, and that would be, we can start with that, and we can see where that goes. That would be great. And I'm excited. Dr. Jeff, I'm going to ask you a question as we get started. What is how do we explain the detoxifying period? Here's the story that I had from a lady. She was in Singapore. She had pain. She put the product on. The pain got worse, and then she started to sweat, and she's like, what's happening to me? And then what happened is then she got up and her leg felt so much better. So is that just the product reacting? Is that the body giving off toxins? Or could you maybe give some insight on that? Because that happened to David's wife, and we do hear that, but we don't really talk about it very much.
Sure, and that's a very accurate representation of what kind of happens. And so for those of you who don't know, the skin is probably our most powerful outlet for detoxification, for heavy metal release, or sometimes just to kind of remove tension and stress from the system. And that tension and stress is not just psychological. Our organs go through certain stressors throughout the day. And so sometimes a lot of our pain can be from what we call fluid overload. So removing those out of the stem, not out of the stem cells, but removing those out of the pores and excreting those out of the skin is definitely a powerful detoxifying component of the products. Normally that happens more so with glutathione, not with X39, but I have had a patient who, and this is interesting, Jason. So this lady has kidney issues and she's on dialysis down in South Florida. And only during her dialysis treatment, she sweats from her back, and she's like profusely sweating to the point she has to change clothes. And that has now stopped. So I'm excited to see how things are progressing. She's no longer having this really excessive sweating. So I'm hopeful that this means that some of her issues have begun to resolve.